this time. Okay, now it says end broadcast. It says live 3 seconds. So we should be hitting YouTube in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. There it is. We are live. Make sure that that's on the quiet mode so we don't get any echoing. And it is. And I'll go over here live to YouTube. And that's on quiet mode. Are you still there?
I am here.
Okay. All right. Then we're good to go.
I'm going to pop up the chat.
That was pretty easy.
StreamYard is streamlined, I think.
It is an excellent program. The audio is generally very nice. Let's see what happens. I'm looking at YouTube. There's 2 watching right now, it says. StreamYard looks good. Hey, Lincoln, if you're out there again, would you please comment again? I had to delete the first one off of you. There he is. Oh, that's you. Yeah, everyone. Hi, everyone.
Good. Okay. So it took me maybe 10 seconds of that to see my chat. We'll see what I put in chat.
I think it seems to be quicker when you go through StreamYard. I really do.
Yeah.
Let me see. I have nothing that can get in the way and overpower my screens like a. Okay, one. Whoops. Sorry.
Now you said you have 20 roles to go through, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And do you, if it's just 20 rolls, the 2 of us, do you want to worry about the score sheet, or do you just want to see what we come up with?
We can just see what we come up with.
Okay. All right. I didn't print. I sent you the score sheet in Facebook Messenger, but I did not print it. So I can print it now if you want, but if you want to just do 20, we'll see what we have out of curiosity. That's fine.
Yeah, we could just mess around this time, and then when we get let me get the pennies over here, so I'm not reaching. Oh, that's the wrong box. It was the nickels.
All right. Speaking of just kind of messing around, give me a number between 1 and 4.
2.
2. Okay. Because this is the box. We opened it last night. We looked in there. We knew there were 2 ender rolls, but I don't want to pick those. So I wrote turn clockwise. So I'm going to turn this twice clockwise. 1, 2, and I'm going to start in the upper left. So I'll do these 2 rows.
And I'm using my scope. So let me change over to my other one of my other cameras for just a second.
All right.
You can figure out where I'm at. I have to go back to StreamYard, don't I?
These out. So 1, 2, this top row. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, I can leave those in there. So I'll just do these 2 rolls.
The right camera? Yeah, there's my 20 rolls still in the box.
All right, so I'm not doing anything there, South.
Yeah, there's the 20. I don't have any enders like you were lucky enough to have yesterday. That's amazing. I even checked the other side, so the other ends. So I'm going to set these up. Yeah, I did decide today on equitably I'm gonna go ahead and buy her that computer. And hopefully we'll never have to walk upstairs again to get her a sandwich. As a matter of fact, it darn well better be that if I'm thirsty or hungry, that she will run upstairs for me.
That's only fair. Get her one of those sandwich makers too.
Wipe off any excess of dust or anything on my. These pads. This pad that I got was $8 on eBay. That? It's a. I'm not sure the material. It feels very much like a chamois, but it's thick, very thick. The seams around it are really tight. And what I'll do is I'll how dirty it gets from coins. I throw it in the bathtub and scrub it with a soft bristle brush, and then I will wrap it in a towel, hang it over the shower rod, and within like 20 minutes it's completely dry.
I'm kidding. Was it called a? I don't. What would you call it? It's not a mouse pad. It's a mat. Computer mat?
Computer mat, yeah. And actually, the company also sells mouse pads this size too, with all kinds of designs and cute little neat things on it and stuff like that. But I just got, now why is my scope, there we go. My scope came back on.
I will have to research that. Computer map.
You know, I've got the same scope you do, Jonathan. I've got, well, shoot, actually, mine might be a spin-off of what you have. There's so many companies that make the same scope. Same looking scope. Let me show you real fast. This is the better one that I use.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have the software for it anymore. It was on my other computer. And I did download a generic whatever software, but little 6 meg program. It works, but I don't like the video of it. It doesn't look that good. You know what, Jonathan, I am going to go ahead and keep that camera open there. And then
in chat, Paul, I put the name of the software that I use for this. This is actually my document camera. It's not my USB microscope.
Oh, that thing is beautiful though. When you use it, it's great. It really is.
The nice thing about this is it has an autofocus. So if I want to focus, there's a little icon on this. You can't see it on the stream, but I have a little. I can automatically focus it. So if I end up moving the camera up and down or whatever, or if I want to zoom on something up here, hold something up.
Yep.
I can do that. I can zoom in on it. Now, it doesn't zoom in as closely as the microscope, of course, because it's made for documents. But for something like this, yeah, it's perfect.
I like it.
But I think that IPEVO visualizer software will probably work with your microscope because that's what I use to look at things with my microscope. And my microscope is not the same brand. It's just a generic one I got on Amazon.
Now, I probably could use one of I've got the 920s. But you see how it doesn't want to go into focus and stay there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't cut the butter. It's not as strong enough. I mean, it's strong enough, but
let's see if this will focus.
You're lucky. You don't need the eyeballs like I do, and I can't even find them. What the heck? Oh, here we go.
See, I'm trying to focus on this scent, which is maybe 6 inches away, and it's not doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll switch over to the microscope.
Come on, open up.
And there's the microscope. And there too, something you commented on the other day, those 72s, so many of them seem to be off-center, thick rims.
Yep. I think I find that I'm throwing out other coins too. I'm throwing out my 92s, my 98 through 2000s. I did go through 61, 98 through 2000s, and found no wide AMs, and there's a 99 there, and they always go to the right. I don't know why, but I always pile them to the right. Got my other box. You already go through a roll already?
No, I haven't. But one nice thing we talked about going through OBS. If I could do that, I could have both cameras on OBS, of course, but.
Well, there's got to be a way for both of us to use OBS and stream through OBS and still be on the same stream. And I'm not, like I said, my brain just said, you know what, do this tonight because you don't know what you're thinking about.
Well, I agree with you because if I go on OBS, I have a window open, right? I have the OBS software open and I have a tab open. And if I go on StreamYard under my account, I can just stream that tab or stream that window.
That's true.
So there would be, instead of where viewers see on my side of the screen, the pennies over here, they'd see my OBS window, but it would be rather small because it would be half of your screen. I mean, half of it would be you, half of it would be me, but it wouldn't be that bad. Look
at the glare. Look at your screen and look at my screen. You see a bunch of shiny little stuff over here. Yeah, and I'm looking at the screen how clear it is. I wonder if I was on just the wood, how it would be. No, it's a little better, but still, whatever your overhead is, would you send me the link to that? Because I'm just going to go ahead and buy one today. This is a heart attack. I'm just going to go ahead and buy it.
This is, I'll turn it off. Hi, Marty. That doesn't make a difference. What I'm turning on and off now, I have one of those magnified lights from Harbor Freight. I think I got it from one of those, has a circular fluorescent bulb in it with a lens in the middle.
Oh my God! We just had a Harbor Freight open in this little dinky town here.
Oh, we'll see. They'll probably send you a nice coupon. You'll get like half off.
And Tim has shopped at Harbor Freight for years. I mean, that's all he buys from most of the time. I just found my first 82 small day too. Another 92 I'll stick over there and look at. This is quite bothersome how this looks. Yeah, I'm getting it overhead. I'm not going to mess around anymore. Actually,
well, you're talking about your eyes. If you get one of these magnified lights, that will make a big difference.
Oh, sure. Because I'm tired of wearing this thing on my head, especially when it falls down on my nose and rips it off.
So none of it'll work. No, you won't be able to see it really.
I wonder.
Well, here, if I do this, let me change my camera. Okay, there I am. So yeah, I have one of these.
I just saw
lighted. Has an articulated arm, so it's really convenient. So that's one of my lights I have on, and then I just have a desk lamp with an LED daylight bulb in it, not the yellow one, the daylight one.
Wow, we've got a heck of a lag between audio and video.
Oh, do we? I'm not even.
Yeah, you're just talking away like mad. Your hands are flailing while you're talking, and then there's no audio.
My hands are flailing. What am I like? I'm Italian or something?
When you were explaining the camera.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
What was I doing? I was going to change my camera one more time. Let's try a different camera altogether. I'm going to go over here on the other side of the desk and do that camera.
But yeah, so what ultimately matters is there may be a delay. As long as the audio and video are matching on YouTube, it doesn't matter.
I wonder if it is. I don't even know. Well, there's.
Oh, Marty and Lincoln, does it look like the video that you're seeing on YouTube, the audio and the video are matched, or is there a delay between one and the other? Because all I'm doing is looking at StreamYard, Paul.
Yeah, me too. That's all I have on. I don't have OBS open at all. OBS is long gone. I shut it off completely because StreamYard will stream directly too, and it does it immediately. As soon as you go live, it's there. 3 seconds, it's there. And with OBS, it's like 10 seconds, and then OBS will have as much as a 40-second delay between what you're doing. And I've got the other camera on here now. I've got the 615. It seems to be brighter in picture and everything, but still, it's that right there. You see that up there? There is the problem with all of my lighting. I just haven't gone out to get the sunlight, the natural light. I guess they're called tubes, but these are $22 a piece.
Oh no, I just have a regular desk lamp with a Walmart 100 watt, I think, maybe a 75 watt LED daylight bulb.
Okay, daylight.
I don't like the yellow soft. I don't know what they call it. Soft, warm, whatever it is.
Well, regular fluorescent lights are horrible for any studio type stuff. Anything. Yeah, they're just too harsh, and they take the white balance. I see a Canadian coming.
Okay,
octagonal coin.
Marty said, the only thing I can tell is your video is a lot more clear, Rivendell. Okay, but the audio and the video match, so that's good. That's what ultimately matters.
Now you are using the overhead camera?
No, you just said a Canadian. I got one too.
That's not fair.
Am I using the overhead camera?
Yeah.
This camera.
Which microphone you use?
This camera here. Up top. That is my document. That's the IPEVO camera. That's my document camera. That's not my
IPEVO.
IP. I put it in chat. IPEVO is the company. And with all this homeschooling coronavirus nonsense, they're probably going to be tough to get.
Yeah.
But there's a Lincoln.
Well, they're all Lincoln. Oh,
formative years. 2009. Well, no, the Canadians aren't Lincoln.
No.
Oh, that could be an S too. No, I think it's a D. I'll look at that one later.
Where we go? Visualizer. VIZLAR. All right. You're on your second roll?
Yes.
Me too. I'm starting it right now. Okay. Wow. I just love what you got over there. I'm very, very jealous right now. And I Logitech, when I first started and I was dumb, well, I just started streaming. And so I went out and bought two Logitechs right off the bat, three actually, the 650 and two 920s. And I wish I hadn't. I really seriously wish I hadn't done it now.
Really?
Well, you see the quality. Now I don't know, maybe the overhead lighting doesn't help at all.
I think that can be a big part of it, Paul. I really do.
It's way too bright.
Because I've always been under the impression that Logitech makes decent products, whether it's keyboards, mice, cameras.
They do. They really, really do. I've got Logitech speakers with a subwoofer up on my TV in the bedroom, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, my Canadian is 1987.
But Paul, in the chat, in the YouTube chat, I put the name of the camera that I have, and there's a link to the company.
Yeah, I put the name up here. I just wrote it down. But I will. What's it about? Like $75, $80, $100?
You should be able to get it under. Well, in the good old days, another Canadian. In the good old days, you should be able to get it under 100. But being Christmas, being 'tis the season for COVID, it could be more. I don't know.
Maybe they'll have a lower price because they got a newer model.
Maybe. Yeah, this is a couple years old.
I
first started streaming on my channel, and that's been 2 years anyway.
Yeah, I've only got two Canadians so far, Jonathan, and three 98 through 2000s and 392s and 182 small day, but those are not on the list by any means.
Right. So I got two Canadians from this roll, and I got a Lincoln formative years. And I'm just seeing.
I got to watch for them. I forget to turn them over because it wouldn't be a shield thing. Is it shield? No, it's not a shield. Is it?
No, because it's on the obverse. I'm on the reverse.
Yeah.
Lincoln sitting on the log. And I tell you, I only really look for the 99s for the wide AMs. I suppose I should do other things.
Yeah, I've got three 2000s, and I don't think I have any 99s, and 290 or 198.
Okay, let me take a look at. This is a very nice 92. 92, you want the
real close AM.
No.
Okay. I don't think any of us can find one.
No, I don't think so either.
Is it only two known right now? Isn't it? 2, 3?
Yeah, no, it's far. Definitely far. Absolutely far, I am. Or wide AM.
Hey, Brad.
Ooh, sure. How are you? Marty, I saw that you put part 2 of your Looney hunt. I haven't watched it yet, but I hope you found something really good. I was saying to Paul the other night, I didn't realize there were so many different designs on the Canadian dollars. That's really neat.
Love the different designs on the Canadian. God almighty.
Why our country doesn't do something like that is beyond me. All right, here's a 95 95. You're looking for a DDO on a 95.
Yeah.
All right, 95. Yeah.
That is a document camera?
No, what you're looking at right now is my microscope.
Okay, all right.
The document camera only focuses in 4 inches or so.
All right.
Because again, it's designed to have a book underneath it or a document underneath it.
Right.
So I'm not too picky about that. I wish it did both. It would be wonderful if it did both. Or if I had a USB microscope that could do both, but not.
The first microscope I bought from oh dear God, can't remember the name of it. Big company. The scope was $329.
Wow.
And I talked to the salespeople online. I told them what I needed it for. He said, "Oh, so this will absolutely do it for you." The only thing you could do with this thing, because it was a 4 times magnifier at the base, and it was more for looking at bugs. I mean, the only thing I could do was get a close up of Lincoln's eye.
Is that right?
Couldn't even get the whole coin in. Couldn't even come close to getting the whole coin in.
Oh my gosh! So it works a little too well.
Oh, I think I found a Lincoln. Yeah, I found a Lincoln sitting on his stump. You know what? I'm gonna apologize once again and just use my scope to show what I find, because
that's fine. Whatever's easier.
Very embarrassed by this video. Just got that one sitting on a stump. Look, I'm gonna look for his 3rd finger, 9th finger, whatever it is.
Marty said he has a video up giving away one of the 2020s. I will watch it tonight, Marty.
And your coin's going out tomorrow, Marty. Where am I? Okay.
Oh, that's right. Marty won your giveaway, didn't he?
He sure did. Well, Peter, I got another Lincoln stinking. I got his house this time.
95.
I'll bet you I don't find any wheats in these 20 rolls.
You don't think you will? Okay.
Nope. Only found 5 in the first 30. So I guess for that average, I might find 1.5.
So yeah, Brad, I wish you could have acquired some rolls, buddy. But if you ever can, let us know. We're only going through 20. I have a whole box.
Yeah, I went through 30 of them. I still have a half box of nickels. I'll probably go through them tonight. Oh, I think I see a wheat. Not sure. Nope, I'm wrong. 73. Another 99. I'm up to 6 or 5 of them already. I can zip through these pennies pretty quick with my eyeballs on, with the headband glasses. They really do. They really do help. But with what you've got, you don't have your face covered.
Right.
Just really nice.
There's no doubling there. And this one.
I don't know what I would.
No, nothing.
Don't know what I would do if I found a really bold double die on the 9. It would stand out like a sore thumb.
Right.
And they're gorgeous coins. Or the 72, the really, really, really double die.
I would love to find something like that.
Well, they got to be out there because people do find them.
And there's so many varieties of the 72 DDO.
14 or 16 varieties. Yeah. I don't remember which 2 that I've got. One is pretty nice. It's a very clear double die on the Danger Special, or in God We Trust. On the Danger, I don't see any doubling. I just don't see it. But the In God We Trust is really bold. I'm on my third or 4th. We're on our 4th.
Yes, this is roll 4.
All right, I'm just weighing it out right now.
Normally I number these, but and I do put aside I don't know why 1976 is the cutoff date for me, but I do put aside pre-76 copper cents for now.
Jonathan, I was saving all copper. I was saving everything 82 and back.
Yeah.
I really was. Here's it's just a large date. Good.
And I figure if I ever need to cash them in, I have them in a jar, and they only cost me a penny each.
Now I'm up to 6.
Well, I should say I keep them if they're a nice color. If they have any corrosion on them, anything really scratched, I just throw them back. But if they're decent copper cents. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this!
What do you got?
I'm not.
You get a Cuban. Huh.
Republica Day. Should I wait in chat? Well, there are only 2 people in chat, right?
8, 7.
Panama. I don't think in all my cornroll hunting endeavors I've ever come across a Panama. I've come across Bahamas.
Bahamas are always.
Yep. Barbados, I think, has the starfish. I've never come across one of these. 1983. That's neat.
Well, that's extra points. There's my first 72 to look at.
That would be. Looks pretty grimy, but well, that was the only special thing I found in there. That's the only thing that would have given me points. Again, not that we're
just about done with roll 4. All I'm finding is 98s and 99s. Wow, this is a whoop, whoop, whoop. There's another 82 small day right there. Look at that thing. Somebody hit Lincoln in the head with a blackberry pie.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that.
I'm not keeping that one.
Get your hand sanitizer out. All right, Marty. We'll see you later.
All right, Marty. Here comes number 5 eventually.
The biggest cornroll hunt, Paul, that we did, as biggest as far as the number of people, was you and me, Brad and Al. Did we do a 4? Or no, Paul? Yeah. Paul AWR?
Huh?
No, Al, no. I don't think
Al. It was Al. Yeah.
Yeah, I've done cornroll hunts with Paul AWR, but Al was there. Pooja was okay. It was 4. That was fun.
It was. I really do miss Al. I do.
Well, we'll see if we can get. I know Al, it might be a little while before he's back doing cornroll hunts, but maybe we can get Hoosier and AWR. We'll have a 4 roll hunt, 4 searcher hunt.
Yeah. Damn, I wish. It's bothersome that I don't have something on for everyone to see, and I'm going to do it again. Yeah. Go back to this. Well, you know what? No, that wouldn't work. It wouldn't. No. It wouldn't be okay. I'll just leave it like this. If I find something, I'll put it under the scope.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's
a nice looking 76. Oh, now my scope's gone.
I can't see it.
I'm going to hold that out. It's a really nice looking 76.
And Paul, if you want to do a nickel hunt, I'd be willing to give that a go too. I've never really had any luck with nickels. I know Brad has. Brad found a Hoosier. What did you find? A V nickel or a buffalo nickel in one of our hunts? I've never been that lucky, but I don't really hunt nickels that much.
I think I've only found 3 or 4. 3 for sure, buffalo nickels. Never found a V nickel. But I found, 2 coin roll hunting. I found 2. This looks copper. This 1983 looks copper.
That would be something.
I'm going to leave it out. It's just not, usually when I look at them, I can say, that's zinc. This does not have any of the earmarks that a zinc coin has, maybe because it's so dirty, but I see no bubbling. I see nothing here. So I got a scope.
Yeah, let's see it.
It just doesn't have the earmarks of what they normally look like. It just does not look zinc.
It does look.
The lettering doesn't look like how they are when they're minted, like on a zinc coin.
Does it have that? Yeah, I was going to say, does it have that coppery sound or that tinny zinc sound?
Listen to this. They sound the same. I doubt That really sounds like copper.
Weigh it, Paul. Weigh it.
I got 2 darn scales down here, and they're both dead. The batteries are dead. Okay,
Well, that doesn't help me.
that goes on top of the speaker right now because I don't want to lose that. But I already know it's not going to be nothing.
Nothing in that roll except the coppers that I collect.
We got just a few left to go. 73, 73, 94, 81. Yeah, I was pulling every single copper out, and I had a couple of the big bird. There's an 83 in zinc. I can see it all over the place. 2 big bird seed containers full of them. I took them back to the bank, and I ended up getting 54 something for them.
Yeah, they add up quickly.
Gotta get off that. Let's go again.
Well, usually that's what I do. I go through a box and I return what's, what I have a little bucket here full of the discards, and I bring that to the bank, and then I keep like $1 worth of these pennies. So I just add $1 to it and just try to get another box, but I couldn't get into my bank. They wouldn't let me in because of the lobbies are closed.
Yeah, so I remember they were, the bank in Allegheny, they were going to meet me at the door, and because only the drive-through was open, only the drive-through, and my God, we got in line. I think it was about probably 22, 24 minutes before we got to the window. And when I called down, they were going to meet me at the door, but she actually walked the box of pennies from the door all the way around the backside of the bank to bring them to me.
Oh, really?
And I said, don't do this again. If we do this again, please just meet me at the door. She said, I don't mind. They're not that heavy. I got another, I'm not switching back. I got another Lincoln.
Good. Well, the tellers probably welcome the opportunity to get out on the desk.
That might be.
And yeah, same thing at my bank. She said, okay, in the drive-through, $25, please, and put that in the. I'll look at that one later. Put $25 in the drive-through tube, and she walked out a box of pennies.
And my main branch, they have a side door with right off the street where there's a window inside, and also the door to the main part of the branch. So she just walked them out that way.
Yeah.
I don't know how she carried both nickels and pennies together. And she was Jackie's a little girl, but she sure carried them. I said, don't do that again. Please just put them on a stool and wheel them to me. That's my main branch. That's where I got the majority of my 1,068. Now this is 1,069 right now, this box.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, but it's going on 3 years now. There's another 8. No, that's an 82 large date. It's going on 3 years. It'll be 3 years on April.
I can't tell if that's a wide AM, but I don't think it is.
Let me check.
Well, it's a 99, but I'd hate for it to be. Look at the condition.
Oh,
that's a
close.
Absolutely. So
nothing. Oh, there's a 82 small bait. I got the wrong camera on, don't I? Yes, I do. Nothing that roll. Don't forget your 19. Don't forget the 80. Oh dear God, the 384, 84 extra earlobe.
84 and 88.
Yeah,
88. I have my cheat sheet. Brad and I made a cheat sheet for this. I have it right in front of me.
That's what I was telling you about the brain firing.
That's our cheat sheet. I'll send it to you.
Mine sometimes forgets. I'll think it's like a 71. Is that a 71 double here?
And you go on Facebook, so you found one, and people go, "What are you talking about?"
I don't know if you watched the one video I had, but I don't know what I was looking up, but there, on the sideline there, when you're always looking for coins, you get all these different ads. And I saw a 1939 Jefferson nickel, Philadelphia. It said 1939, no mint mark. $850. What do you think? What do you think page that was on?
Has to be Etsy.
Yeah,
Has to be Etsy. I don't think even
There's
eBay would.
Yep.
Well, eBay would allow it, but somebody would report it, and they'd take it down pretty quickly.
I write to the people. I write to the one selling it and say, "What is wrong with you?" I did that to a guy the other day when he had a 1999 wide AM penny. I'm sorry, a 1989 wide AM penny. I don't know.
I don't know what people are thinking. You just hope that nobody is so foolish to do that.
That's what I worry about, is somebody losing their money over something, thinking they're, oh my God, I got to invest in something in a stock is worrisome right now.
Yeah. Well, who
what do you got there?
I'm just amazed at the bubbling in this. I thought it was maybe post-mint damage, which it could be, but I think that's just plating.
Either that or it was heated up a little bit and the zinc started bubbling. Hey, I found another Lincoln.
That's a really good example of bubbling, but I don't really need to have an example of bubbling.
Well, if you do some kind of a educational thing, you'd say this is what happens to our zinc pennies. Well, they are in the air for 7 minutes. they deteriorate so badly and so quickly. Better check that 84. See if you got a big ear. I can actually see this with these glasses. No, he doesn't.
Nope.
Almost done. This is the last part of roll 7.
You're in roll 7. I'm in roll 6. This is roll 6 right here.
I think I'm on 7.
Okay,
yeah.
You need to stop talking and start looking.
I'm talking more than you are as usual. There's a nice 78, but it's got a chunk of spooge on it or something, so that's no good. Nice luster. Every once in a while, I come across a very apparent coin roll hunting coin. Brad said he found two V-nickels in one box.
Well, Brad, do you think if you called ahead and at your bank and asked if you could get coins, would they still say no? We have a shortage. We're not giving coins out to anybody. I can see some banks saying, "Look, there was a coin shortage. We're not doing it." By this point, though, I think the pipeline should have cleared somewhat as far as the number of coins. So I'd hope that you'd be able to get some somewhere, especially if you give them enough lead time. But then again, it's all up to your bank and their policies and how difficult they want to be.
Well, they have no excuse now. They have no excuse with me. I've got a box to take back of nickels and pennies. Right. If they have one, they should not say, well, my main branch wouldn't anyhow.
99.
Close.
Close. That's close.
I haven't done any of mine. Let me go ahead. Are you just opening 7 now?
This is roll. Oh gosh, I'm on the wrong camera. Yes, this is roll number 7.
All right, you go through that, and I'll bring my scope down and go through these.
Okay, I should
99s and such.
Too.
Those are better move.
This is roll number 7 for me.
All
no,
right.
sorry. This is strike that. This is roll number 8 for me. I just finished.
Okay.
Well, this is what I have left for my 2 rolls. So there's 9. There's 10, which means this is 8. No, I just finished 7. I just put it.
All right, then I'm gonna. Here's my number 8.
You do whatever you want, Paul. We can slow down. Well, there's another Canadian, but a modern one.
Yeah, I was really surprised out of 30 rolls I didn't find one. And I only found out of 25 rolls of nickels, I've only found 1 Canadian nickel, and that is not normal for me.
All right, Hoosier, take care, have fun.
Where are you going? Oh, is it cold out, Brad? Oh, okay. I think I'm going to bother with him with that for a long time, and I shouldn't. Well, he's the one that started it. He had to tell us. Oh,
All right, so that's. I am striking out.
You're done with 8 already?
Yes.
Oh, there it is. First one. I got my scope up. You can't see it. First one. Where am I? Am I on Facebook or StreamYard? There's a. Come on, will you please just learn to focus where I'm at? All right, you know what? There we go.
1940.
1,476,000,000 of those were minted.
I don't know. You should put that on Etsy. That's a no mint mark variety. But getting back to that, you hate to think that somebody was intentionally doing that. You just kind of hope that maybe they're just
gotta be
so unaware, so naive about this, I guess.
They've got to be doing it intentionally. Look at it. Well, I can't because I don't have the scope up. But there's one of them wide rim 72s again. Wide rim. I could balance a glass of water on it. Okay, I got a couple stuck together. And never, ever, ever do I find 2009 nickels.
That's the low mintage year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can literally say never, too, because of the last probably 20 boxes or more. I haven't gotten one.
And if you did, would there really be that much of a premium?
No. No, maybe, like I say, again, 100 years from now, it might be worth $10.
Right.
As far as that goes, the wheat pennies through the comp, 1944. If it's not in extra fine condition, why do we all save them? They're never going to be worth anything.
Right.
I guess because it's there, and it is old.
It is old, and I don't know. I think it's interesting pulling something out of circulation that's that old and still being used. Boy, I got this one's a nice 68.
And what are the chances of any? What are the chances of any of these 43s and 44s and 39s and such being in circulation since that year?
Yeah.
Swim.
Yeah.
There comes another Canadian. Modern, I can tell, of course, 1987. There's another Canadian. I see another multi-sided coin coming up.
Well, I wish I had been around at a time when I could have received change and there was a decent possibility that there'd be a Mercury diamond there or a Buffalo nickel or what, I don't know whether the 50s or whenever that would have been. And I suppose that's what I think of the wheat pennies. They're becoming more and more scarce.
They are. Yep.
And eventually you're going to get to a point where somebody's going to say, wow, I haven't seen one of those in years.
Another Canadian, of course, you can't see it.
There's the troublemaker.
Another 90.
AWR.
Another 2000.
Is Mr. I can't get any cents.
That's all right. I don't have any cents. Look at the difference. Holy, look at that, Paul.
Happy anniversary, Paul.
Yeah, happy anniversary today. That's 3 Canadians in this row, Jonathan.
Good for you.
That's a 99. And the rest is all junk. You're on roll 10, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
I'm just about to open mine right now. What a difference looking at your pennies and looking at my washed out black cover the camera just will not will not focus. I wonder if I have. Well, I must have it on automatic focus.
Well, I don't have mine on autofocus. I have it on manual. If I had mine on autofocus, every time I put my hand in there, it would,
Yeah, we start breathing.
But here, so there's the manual focus. I mean, it automatically automatically focuses, but I have to do it manually. If I put it on autofocus, of course, it's going to constantly, like you said, be breathing.
Yeah, another night bright.
Oh, there's a wheat.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. What do we have?
Ooh, I'm getting my loop out for this one. All right, there it is.
1956. And like you said, remarkably common year, not going to be worth anything.
Yeah.
However, is that a D or is that an S?
Which one?
That's a D.
Yeah.
Boy, it looks like a Phil D or something.
You know, I started in '66, and Walt and I would get old Mr. Butters would get a bag of nickels and a bag of pennies every Friday.
Yeah.
And it was all parking meter money, because they would just I can't remember the guy's name, but I knew him well. Bub. His last name was Bub, B-U-B-B. He would, he'd empty the meters, and they'd take them to the bank, and they count them out. I don't know whether it was counted by machine or the Canadian or whatever, but they weren't rolled; they were in bags. And we'd get the bags and take them to his house, and he would teach me how to look for what to look for. But the thing is, in '66, actually in either 56 or 57, I don't remember which year, he pulled every wheat from that year out of circulation.
Yeah.
Because he had high knowledge that they were going to be changing the wheat penny reverse. 72, I'll look at that later. And 99. And another 72. He had 55-gallon drums in his basement. And his son helped him get down there and everything. Because Walt was at the time 67, 68. And he started collecting when he was really a kid. His house was made out of a big coin. But back then when we we were going through a $50 bag of pennies, you know what? Half of them were wheats.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 7 years after they were pulled or changed.
Yeah.
And the Buffalo and B nickels that were still in circulation was insane. It really was. Right. Silver,
2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're my last 10 that I'll do today.
All right, I'm on number 11.
All right.
I'm on 11 right now, and I'll show you my scope over. I got my second wheat. I got the 44. Now that's the wrong camera. And
hi, Tim. Tim said I started in the '60s. All the dimes, quarters, halves are silver. That's right. Yeah.
What's going on with the focus?
Wow. Tim, that's amazing. Did you save those, Tim? And hi, Digging Dave.
51D. Really bad shape.
You just got a 51? Good for you.
Yeah, 51 Denver. Nasty. I'll probably throw it back in the box after we count everything up.
That's what I don't want to see when I open a box. I don't want to see them all like that.
Yeah,
people could do that.
Wow. I'm not sure if it's a 94D or not. Now it changes the camera again, Paul.
Blockhead?
Oh, God. Look at this mint mark. I think the 94D, this is common with the 94D. Look how far down it is.
The mint mark, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of 94, not all, but the majority, the D is very low. But you know what? Until I'm sure, I'm going to leave that out. I'm going to set it over by itself. I know it's the first 94D I've seen. I've not seen any 67s. Don't well, I'm getting a pile of 98 through 2000s over here. 61 on the first 30 rolls, so I'm sure I'm going to get on average the same ratio. How many I got then? Another Canadian.
Well, I think if we were keeping score, you would be ahead.
How many Canadians do I? Well, I've gotten 3 Lincolns too, but I'm just going to throw them back in circulation. Of course, I'm not going to. I don't keep them. 5, 6. I got 8 Canadians right now, Jonathan.
Wow. Here's a nice 72, but there's no doubling there. Nothing there.
Look real good at the G and
Yeah.
In God We Trust on that one I have. There's a video somewhere on my channel with it. That thing was really, really a nice clean doubling. All right, I got 9 to go.
I don't know how many 72s I've pulled from corn roll. I always do pull them, and I always do look at them, but I've yet to find anything.
Yeah, you have to have had at least 25 per box. Yeah, because I know I generally get more than that. Hey, Blockhead and Tim. Another Wheatie, 1948, Denver. Okay.
You're doing well.
Well, you know what? You know, doing this roll hunt we're doing tonight is going to cost me money. Why
do you say that?
Because you know I pretty much slowed down. When I got sick, I said, you know what, I'm not going to play one anymore anyhow. And now I'm back into it, and I'm at the point where I'm going to go to the bank every day. I mean, that's what I was doing before. But now, because I'm back into it and I do have a new computer build, I'm going out and buying all new cameras and microphones. Oh. It's your fault because of that overhead document camera.
You don't have to, Paul.
Yeah, I do. Because I'm not going to do another stream with this kind of camera out there where people are saying, geez, look how nasty that is. And look at Jonathan's camera. It's beautiful.
That's a wheat.
Or I can write to Logitech and say, you know what? Make this right. You found another one? What year?
It is a 41.
Oh, good. And the other thing I've noticed around here, I'm in Western New York, and I find more Denver mints than I do Philadelphia in any denomination.
Oh, that's interesting.
Especially pennies and nickels. I think I will find more Denver than Philadelphia. Wish it worked the same way with W mints.
Oh, that's another wheat. It's a terrible one.
You're ahead of me now.
That is a 50-something, though. Boy, that's one of those you pick it up and you go, ugh. You can feel the whatever's on it.
Yeah.
50D.
Ooh, too bad that wasn't a nickel. If I had gone, you know what? That's the coin I found in my first box, the 50D, and it was an extra finer, better condition.
Good.
I made the video right after the very first box, April 2018. And if I hadn't found that or something as good, Angel's here.
Did you bring snacks, Angel?
No, he didn't get me any.
You are you're gonna be the one waiting on me from now until end time.
Want some alcohol? I do.
Hey, Jonathan, I don't drink. Never have in my life till I met her family. And then I want on Christmas or whatever, or not Christmas, but New Year's.
Yeah.
I'll have a small glass of some kind of wine.
Sure.
But I always told my mother, I promised my mother when I was 18 that I will never drink, Mom. Never. And I never did. Never, ever, ever. No social drinking, no party drinking shit.
Would you believe that he has taken over all of my space, which is the littlest space
What are
down
you talking
here?
about? This was all of my space. You decided.
What is this?
Uh-oh. See, this is why the two of you need to do side-by-side streaming, whether you're playing poker, whether you're playing the role-playing game. It's funny just to hear you two go back and forth.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah, we definitely need face cams, especially when we start swinging.
That happened. It used to happen. It doesn't anymore. My first estimate, 69.
there you go.
That's a 69. I don't keep those. Unless it's uncirculated. Ooh. That kind of shocked my eyes for a minute.
I used to have some pretty good anger. Like, I hip tossed him in the basement one time.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well. And that argument kept going for quite a while. We got over toward her house, and I picked her up by the throat and threw her all the way to the middle of the backyard. Yeah, we've had fun.
That ended that?
No, they didn't.
No. The problem is we're both just as stubborn as the other one. So
Another Canadian. And then she went into MMA here not all that long ago for quite a while. And
MMA, really? Paul, you better watch yourself.
No, I didn't have to. She put me down one day. I couldn't walk for almost what, 3 days? 4 days?
it was a while. You were whining about it for a long time.
She was able to hit my.
And she's laughing about it now, Paul.
Of course, she is laughing about it. She hit my lymph node just right with her knee. Perfect. And down I went.
Angel, where the heck did you learn that? Hit somebody in the lymph node.
She was just standing in front of me too.
Not the jugular, not the lymph node. That's pretty specialized. Or did she just get lucky?
Yeah, she got lucky. I don't think she was aiming for it. It's a pretty small target in the upper thigh.
I mean,
or the top thigh. I still have my stupid scope on.
Where did I lose my pen? There.
Oh, you mean you actually bent over and picked it up?
I told you I was going to get it when I came back down.
Yeah, why don't you go get them balls over there and take them back up? And then you know what she said to me last night, Jonathan?
What's that?
I said, when are you going to take these balls up? She said, you go up and down these stairs 3 or 4 times a day. What the hell's that got to do with it? I didn't bring them down.
You actually did bring them down here.
Well, yeah.
Well, get you there, Paul.
Another Canadian. I'm getting loads of Canadians. Another 92. I got a scope.
Like 80 times a day, you're up and down the stairs, and I come down here once, and you're going to say, why haven't you taken these up yet? You go up and down 80 times a day.
Well, yeah, but you know what?
And you brought them down.
If I have to go to the bathroom, do I call you out of your room and say, would you go for me?
You brought them down.
For you!
Not the point, Paulie.
See, you can't. That's another thing, Jonathan. There's no winning with her.
All right, here's the test case. After the stream, the next one we have, I'll ask you if the bowls are still there. Because I'm sure Angel's going to do the right thing and bring them upstairs.
Somebody just.
Are you sure of that?
I'll guarantee you they will be down here until I meet my maker.
Long after that.
Probably.
Looks like an alien scent. Look at the pattern on this.
Huh? Look at this. What the heck is going on with that thing? It's got to be zinc.
Something bubbled, or here, let me focus it. Look at that.
Look at that.
Wow,
that's weird. It's a 2020.
You owe me a Coke.
That's
I do.
I like
Yeah,
that.
because
Yeah.
I said that's kind of weird at the same time as you.
If I give you the Coke, are you going to take care of the Coke can, or are you going to leave it
No,
down?
it'll be down here.
Well, are you bringing it? Because then that is
$2.99s in a row there.
I got
Paulie
another.
will take care of it.
All right.
Another Canadian. Jeez.
Well, I think it's a
Another
55.
72. Another 90. Geez, the last 5 coins went into a pile.
When's my phone gonna ring?
Look at you, what?
I said, when is my phone gonna ring?
Whenever somebody calls.
Oh, I've been waiting all day.
Figure that out on my own, too.
Boy, I wish that date were doubled.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Ugh, look at that. Ugh. So the computer is definitely a go.
I guess so. I'm mad at myself because I really need a graphics card. I need a GoPro. But it's her graphics. I mean, her new computer is kind of like a bucket list for me. I know it doesn't make any sense, but
Canadian.
geez, I am getting a ton of 72s. I think that's like 12 so far. That's out of what, 10 rolls? Or no, 15 rolls.
So what do you think the first stream you will do will be? What do you think the first stream will be when you get this new computer?
I don't know. I know for her it probably would be RuneScape. It might be both of us. I'm trying to figure. I'm pretty sure now that OBS has a way of putting someone's whole screen on half of the OBS screen, and then you can tweak it to where it's still. What am I trying to say? What's the word I'm trying to use here? No, I thought I locked up. So it is. Oh my God, it's right there. It's at my tongue. So it's not all squinched together.
So you would stream. Okay, so she's playing, or you're playing the game.
She could be on one half of OBS's screen. I could cut the other half, and it wouldn't take. What is the word, Jonathan? Help me. You teach school.
You'd be simultaneously your screen and her screen on one computer.
Well, yeah. On the OBS, I would use hers as a second monitor, and then squinch the screen together without losing.
Yeah, squinch. That's an actual word too.
Your mouth, without losing. I give up. I'm just going to open a program over here so I can tell you what I'm
Are
trying
you going to squinch it?
Yeah, I'm going to squinch you in a minute. Oh, I just opened Poker Stars. Why would I do that?
Don't worry, Jonathan. That's not a made-up word at all. That's a real word.
Squinch is a word.
What's
wrong with you?
Well, I'm thinking of what little I know about OBS. You can absolutely, if you had RuneScape open in a separate window, you would tile that window onto OBS. Then on the other half of the screen, boy, you'd have to have like I don't know how you would do that, Paul.
Here's the word. No, it works fine. I've done it before, but it always makes the screen. It takes the aspect ratio away. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, those are actually real words too.
The aspect ratio of the actual picture wouldn't look like a blowfish coming out of water. He's sitting there wondering what I'm talking about.
I'm drawing a blank, Paul, but if you know what it is, then you get it going and we'll see it.
Canadian, young head Canadian. If you take if you have a screen up and then you want to squeeze it down to make it smaller, stay only on the vertical half, it's going to make you look like it's going to be all, never mind, forget it.
Well, I know what you mean there. If you're resizing a picture, you want to make sure the horizontal and the vertical sides are
aspect ratio. Yeah, and now you can do that with OBS, from what I understand.
So if you lock the proportion of the window, I'm following you there, but I'm not sure how you would how you'd have. So
It's
you'd be streaming the game. You'd capture somehow Angel's screen and put that on your OBS while you're streaming the game on OBS.
Well, that's screen capture. That's all it is. You screen capture on both computers.
Okay. I am not an OBS. I like OBS. I haven't really. I do just the basics with OBS.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you can do that.
But see, I already tried it once, and it made the screen all messed up. But there is a setting in the screen in the video where the aspect ratio stays proper.
Okay. Now that being said, Paul, if it worst came to worst, you could open StreamYard.
Exactly.
You'd have just like instead of my seeing your hand, your knuckles, I could see you playing RuneScape. And I would share, if instead of Jonathan or Angel, she could be next to on the other side, sharing her tab of RuneScape and to be side by side.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing: you can't
take OBS out of the equation for Pete's sake.
Yeah, really, you actually could. But I'll tell you one thing: you can't stream with. You can't share somebody's stream on Discord, because Discord is a piece of crap.
We tried back when we played with Manta Coins, Poker with Manta Coins. He opened a Discord server. I think I tried doing it. It never worked.
No, the screen is all pixelated and garbage related. Holy cow! Look at this. I open a roll of coins. Here's a Canadian centennial, and that would be what, 2002. And then over here is a Canadian 1989. I thought that was Canadian too. No, it's not.
Well, there's a wheat and there's a Canadian in my roll, but looks like you had me beat.
I think you have more wheat than I do.
That's a 91 Canadian, which I would normally get rid of. And there's a 45 wheat.
I keep all the Canadians, every single one of them. I don't know why. I mean, they don't make them anymore. And, the government there is melting, I guess, their wheat.
Oh, really?
I mean, their patties.
There's all the non-copper Canadians that I found. I'll probably just bury this in the yard somewhere or something, and somebody will find it. And here are all the copper Canadians, from, well, all the Georges up to Elizabebeth. And I might just do the same thing, bury that somewhere. Except, what am I going to do with them? Somebody will find them one day and be happy.
Yeah, for it. You asked for it. You're making me think something. I'm very happy.
I heard Yastro. I'm not sure if that was cynical or not. I sensed a bit of cynicism there.
This is my copper Canadians. It is a 2-quart, 3-quart, 3-quart Tupperware bowl.
Wow. Yeah, you have a few more than I do.
It has to weigh at least. It's got to be at least $50 worth. About that, 45 to 50. There's a Canadian that looks just. Oh God, I thought it was a 30. It's an 80, but it looks like somebody. There's another Canadian.
I still love your story about how when you had the ice cream parlor, when you went in the basement. I still love your story from your book when you had the ice cream parlor and you went in the window well.
Yep.
And just dug through all the dirt and debris and found all those coins from.
Cleaned it out completely. It had to be.
Great. That was another Canadian. 62.
How many rolls do you have left?
There's another Canadian. 98. I have 4 rolls left plus whatever's left here.
Oh, geez, I'm down to 3. You see his camera? That's an overhead document camera. It's not a microscope. And it's not one of these top of the line Logitechs either. That's a document camera. I wrote it down, and I'm gonna. If I find it online tonight, well, guess what? There's a Canadian. Oh, there's a coin in here as fat as a nickel.
What is it?
I always wait. I wait till I get to it. I don't want to pull it out. Another 82 small bait. I don't know why I pulled them out, but I do.
I need that on, do I?
Another Canadian 2000 or no 86. 86. Junk. There's a fat rim 1990. Wow. Collar must have been sliding. I don't know why I find so many 92s that look AU all the time.
No.
Here comes the alien.
Back upstairs. Get up there. Get upstairs. Oh my.
More bubbles.
Got more bubble coins?
Go upstairs. Go find Daddy. Goodbye.
Actually, I think I do need this on.
I really don't like him walking on there. Wow, look at that 60G. There's no dirt on it. I'm going to keep it. It's not nasty. I'll stick it over there. Doesn't have any. Where's my mouse? Oh, it does have some spots on it. Oh, I see it.
So, Paul, are you getting any part of the snowstorm that's coming up the eastern seaboard?
We won't get any. I don't allow snow to come here anymore. No, I thought that was good, but it's all spotted. I don't know if we'll get it or not.
I think southern New England is supposed to get hit this time around, and where I am, it'll be okay. We'll get some, but and again, it's Thursday, so it could change completely.
Yeah. You never know.
All right.
How does nobody realize he's gone? That's what I want to know.
This is roll 18.
I'm on 19. Just start to open it now.
There's a Canadian. 72.
I'm really surprised about.
I've been ignoring the chat. Hi, Lincoln. Lincoln's back.
I like it.
AWR says they're still ignoring us, Paul. Sorry, Marty. Marty's back. AWR said Jonathan puts in wheats that he has found in the past. You are such a twerp. Lincoln says AWR. I tell you, Paul AWR. I don't know how Belinda puts up with you. 34 years. Come on. Hello, Lincoln. And AWR's hello, LCC. Don't bother to say hey to them. They're not paying attention. I've been trash talking Jonathan. He's not responding. Well, I'm responding now there, beard boy.
And I can't see the screen because I've got my goggles on.
No, I have StreamYard open and I have my camera software tiled over the chat, which I shouldn't do.
Oh. You know what, Jonathan? What's cool here tonight is everything is on one screen. The screen in front of me doesn't have anything on it because I'm always screwing things up. If I open something on a window, that won't happen with OBS. 2000. Boy, I've got a pile of these again, and I know none of them are going to be whams.
Here, I'll open the comments window on StreamYard, so I'll see
the Canadian.
Yeah.
Another Canadian.
He's just getting all upset because his bank wouldn't give him any pennies.
Oh.
AWR.
Oh. Other 92.
Be more assertive about it. He said no. He's afraid. They'll yell at him. And he'll have to walk out with his tail between his legs. And I said, whatever, Paul. Right, AWR? Is that how it worked? So Lincoln and I usually chat every day or every other day. Lincoln, I haven't heard from you. I hope you're doing well. I know I've been at work, but this is a stupid, crazy week for work and just home stuff. But
You know, it's weird down here, Jonathan. There's kids and teachers that are becoming infected, and they're not telling the public about it.
Yeah. That's one of the big questions that we had. What is the requirement to report if a student is out and the student is COVID positive? It's really only up to, in a sense, it's only up to the family to contact the schools and say yes. But I don't know. I don't know if there's any kind of somebody's positive if the state picks it up and does the reporting.
I don't know. The school down here, they have a thing called the report card that they put online every day, and they keep lying. So I called them on it. I sent a message to the superintendent, and I said, would you like to explain to me why you're reporting that 601 kids are being remotely taught when that's not true? And you know what he said in email? No comment.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So I think I'll make that email public on YouTube or on Facebook. Don't lie to your people, because if any of the kids get sick because he's being an ignorant fool, he's not liked anyhow by anybody.
No. Well, you know, we teach our kids to use that sort of technology responsibly and truthfully, but the people in charge don't. Look at that as an S.
Isn't that something like don't, do as I say, but don't do as I do?
Right. Exactly.
I'm done.
You are done? Okay, I have one more roll after this.
Yep, I'm done.
I would have been done if AWR hadn't been jabbering so much in chat.
Yeah, well,
you know how he can be.
Paul gets that way. How can I say that? I don't even know the gentleman.
Oh, you can say it.
All right, I'll line up I'll put them in piles what I have here.
Nothing really in that roll. I'll go through the next roll quickly. Well, you have a method though, Paul. You take your rolls and you kind of spread them out.
Yeah, you lay them out flat.
Cards, and I don't do that.
like cards. You won't miss nothing that way.
Well, Marty's here. Paul is here. Lincoln said he doesn't play Hold'em, but I hope we can make this a fairly regular Friday night thing.
That'd be nice.
Oh, there's a wheat.
Well, you got more wheats than I do, Jonathan. There ain't no doubt about that.
Well, that's funny. At first, you really had me beat with the wheat cents.
I got 2 wheats. Oh, sorry, 3. I got the 51D also.
But none of the wheat spectacular that I have.
2, 6 formative years, which all will go back right into the box.
Here's a Canadian, 2005.
How many Canadians? 16, I think. 17 Canadians. $17 Canadians, 6 formative, and 3 wheats. You want a little bottle of chocolate liquor?
Do I? No. Oh, is that Angels?
Yeah, I broke one open yesterday. Look at this camera. You will not focus.
I do like chocolate, but I'm not a drinker.
Look at that. Even up close with my hand in the background. There we go.
Right. Well, that's what I got in 20 rolls. Let's see. Canada, Canada, Canada. Canada, Canada, Canada. Marty, you Canadians? Oh, that's a 68. That doesn't count. Foreign.
And I have probably 30, I would say 35, 2000 through, in 98 through 2000s, probably 1072s, and got a hell of a lot of 92s here, probably 15. Just to check. I'll check them with a loop. That way I won't make a mistake. I won't miss something. What's your oldest Canadian?
The oldest Canadian looks like it's a 62. It is 62.
I think you beat me. I think my
Oh, that'd be a good thing to add to the list at the end. The oldest Canadian, the oldest week gets bonus points. Well, actually, we probably, well, I don't know.
I got a 60,
Go on.
64 and 65, so you beat me there.
All right, I have 10 Canadians.
16, 17,
You have how many Canadians?
17.
7. Oh, okay. So you beat me with Canadians.
And
I have 6 wheats. I have 1. Actually, I think I had another formative, but
you had another one.
I'm sorry, I had another presidential. But there's the formative years in the log. And here is that Panamanian cent.
Well, that's foreigners worth something.
Yeah.
Well, you beat me on a wheat. I only had 3 wheats. That's all I had there were 3.
They were all 40s and 50s. I don't think I had any 30s. No.
6 formative and 16 Canadian.
Well, just doing the math in my head, I think we would have been pretty close. But we weren't doing the points tonight.
Yeah, because your wheats outpounded me. The Canadians are what, only a 5 point?
Canadians are well, let me do this. Let me do this.
Huh. Marty said he should be able to play. He'd win with the Canadians.
But there are no Canadian cents in circulation anymore, are there? So I can, let me do this. I will share a window.
Oh, yeah, you got the, yeah.
So if you can put that up on the screen.
Yeah.
All right, so the Canadians, 70 to 2012 would be 5 points. The pre-70 Elizabeth is 10 points. So that one would be 10.
Maybe I would beat you then, huh?
Yeah, so these would all be 5. That one would be 10.
What was it again? I can't even see that.
50s wheats are 5, 40s wheats are 10. Foreign non-US coin is 10.
I'm going to make that the screen by itself. Whoops. Sorry. No, I guess I can't. Or can I? Well, doesn't make it any better.
So Marty goes at 9 o'clock our time. Okay, that's 10 his time. Let's see. AWR says, Jonathan is just mad at me because I'm picking on him. He's such a crybaby. You can pick on me all you want. I'm just laughing whenever you start whining.
Your granddaughter collects what, Lincoln? Canadian?
And this is something that Belinda helped us out with, the grid. Yeah.
Flying Eagle, yeah. How much is a foreign? Where is foreign on there?
Other non-US coin is 10. That's the second from the bottom.
All right.
But when AWR and I did this, we had a wheaty duel, I think we called it. So if he got a wheat, he just put it under his scope. Without on just the reverse, I'd put the reverse under my scope, and whoever had the oldest date would get an extra 5 points.
Oh, okay.
So we do that. In the end, I wouldn't mind doing, extra 5 points or 10 points for the oldest Canadian.
Sure.
I did, Paul. I did AWR.
He did email me one, Paul. You just said that, didn't you, John?
I did indeed. So Yeah, well, what I sent you was, I'm pretty sure a PDF, but I have it in Microsoft Word, so
That's fine. I'll probably get some ink tomorrow. Or
yeah.
we
So
need ink for the printer, black ink.
well, we really need to do this. I know, Paul, in all seriousness, you said
dear.
you've gone to the bank. You said you've gone to the bank and they just keep denying you, but eventually they've got to say yes. Or even Brad Hoosier said that, I'm pretty sure it was Brad, said that he got some really good rolls from a service station or something. He just asked, do you have any rolls of cents? And they gave him some.
Yeah.
Whatever you can get, even if it's just 10 rolls, you get here, there, and everywhere, or anywhere. We'll try to figure this out, and we will try to do something here.
Well, we can have as many as 6 on StreamYard, correct?
I think so. Yes.
That would be an interesting challenge.
Right. I don't think I want Marty on here though with his wheat.
Not for Canadian. If we're going to use Canadian,
I use Canadians. Yeah. That could go bad really quickly.
I'm adding.
But there too, I keep saying wheat cents. My goodness, Canadian cents aren't in circulation in Canada anymore. Correct. In other words, if somebody has Canadian cents, Marty, they can't even bring them to the bank and deposit them.
They can take them to the bank, can't they? I think they can take them in and cash.
I thought there was a deadline where they had to do that.
That could be. I know
they can't get the plans anymore.
From what I know, Angel and her mom went to Canada and they went to an exchange. What was it, an exchange place?
Yeah, I was in the mall. Right?
And they gave her hell because she wanted some Canadian change.
Right.
They were really mean to her, but she came back with a bunch of nickels and pennies for me.
Yeah, they were assholes.
Because they get their cut from it. Why would they be upset? You think they'd be?
Yeah, really. They were really rude about it. Like they had never been asked for Canadian money before or something, and that's their job.
I want to go up there. I really do. I just want to. But you got to have the enhanced driver's license and all that now, and I don't know if it'd be even worth it. But I'd like to go up there and go to the bank and pick up a bunch of change. I want the loonies. I love the Canadian backs on the coins. They're just gorgeous. Colored or not, I just,
how far are you from the Canadian border, Paul?
Hour and a half.
Yeah, an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's about what I am. That would be interesting to go there and go to a bank and.
Yeah, just come in, and you're allowed. Well, I think you're allowed something like $1,500 in change to come over the border.
Wow.
It was that much, I do believe. And believe me, I would bring that much back.
I have an account at TD Bank, which is, I think the T in Toronto. Well, I think TD is Toronto Dominion. So it's a Canadian bank. I wonder if I went to TD Bank and said, could I get any loonies? If they'd be able to do that.
Community Bank NA, they exchange Canadian bills all the time. As a matter of fact, when I was in the bank one day, a guy had come in with a big wad of Canadian money, and they were going through the exchange. And then I immediately asked Allison, I said, can I buy some of them? She said, no, I will not sell them to you. Huh. Well, you know Allison Angel. She needs, none of the tellers like her. I don't know how she's there. She's rude to customers. Oh gosh, Allison, you're going to hear me say that. And I don't care. Because she'll just yell at me at the bank.
Come on, Allison.
But yeah, she wouldn't sell any to me. And the guy cashed in at least 15 ones. They aren't there anymore.
Interesting.
But she wouldn't. She said, no, I won't sell any of them to you. Well, her grandfather collects too, so I kind of understand that.
Oh, yeah.
She could have let a couple go. I just wanted them because I like them. I love Canadian money.
Yeah. I think that's why I would feel awkward going to a bank and trying to establish some sort of relationship with a teller to say, hey, if you find the odd coins, can you put them aside for me or whatever? Because they're bound to have somebody else who's asked the same question, or a relative, or they themselves are looking for the.
Or they themselves, yeah. Couple of the tellers up here do collect. Yeah. But there was one young girl that was there. Then she moved to the drive-through. She came back as a teller, and I gave her my phone number. And she called me one day and said, I have 2 straps of brand new Star Notes if you want to come up and look at them. And I flew up there, and I got online, and I checked, and they were all from 3.2 run. 3.2 million runs. They weren't worth anything, but they were crisp. They were brand new bills. And some people do collect them, but if they're not from short runs, I don't want them. You can't invest everything into coins, or you would never have any money.
Right.
Angel's making faces at me and noises. Because if you look around down here, there's just container after container after container filled with coins. And I don't even know what's down here, Jonathan, anymore. I don't know.
Well, that'll be a fun thing to do someday. Some cold winter day, go down there, turn up the heat, and just
it's nice tonight.
Discover what you have.
But I'm going to do the calculator for a minute. I was averaging 45 Canadians per box. I did 1,069 boxes as of this box right now. That's 48,000 pennies. So that's not much money. That's only $50 in Canadian pennies.
Oh, I wiggled my.
No, Paul. No, there's 5,000 coins in $50. That's $500 in Canadian pennies. I have $480. So I have easily 300,000 coins in the basement.
Oh boy. Yeah,
with the nickels and everything else.
You might want to think about cashing some of those in. Cash some of those in, and that could be a new graphics card for your computer.
No, that's for the kids when I go, if they're worth anything. Of course, Angel won't go through she will not go through the trouble of trying to find a collector. She'll just take them to the bank and spend them. She'll give the money each kid equal amount and say, here, go buy some toys.
Well, that's probably how a lot of these coins end up in our coin roll hunts.
You're right. And then I really, and I don't mean to be so cold, but I expected to find a few collectible coins in the boxes we've been going through just because of this pandemic.
Right. Yeah, that hasn't really happened. Not on my end. I haven't been doing anywhere near as many coin roll hunts as I do like during the summer months. But yeah.
Well, one teller recently, I won't even mention what bank because I don't want to say, because I feel extremely bad. I think we've talked about it either in poker or somewhere, but an elderly woman came into the bank. Her husband had passed away. He was a collector. She brought in roll after roll after roll of Franklin and Walker halves, and they bought them for face value.
Oh, that
not right. Pissed me off.
That's not right.
You do not do that. I couldn't do it. I could not and ever feel right.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they're $8 a piece right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad.
You can't do that, especially to if it was a young kid. Hey, dude, what's going on, man? Okay, give me the money.
Yeah, boy. I mean, that's tough in a sense, because if there's not a coin dealer in your town, the little old lady probably thinks, I don't want to drive all over creation to try to sell these. She's not going to sell them on eBay.
I know who she is. She's probably around 75.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a lot. They were both retired and all, and they have a modest home, probably a $30,000 home around here, which is really
what? A $30,000 home?
You know what? $30,000 homes in Western New York aren't that bad.
You're putting me on. 30,000 for a house, 30,000?
Go on realtor.com, type in Olean, New York, and just look at the houses. I'm serious. Go to realtor.com and check around.
I'm not being facetious. I don't think you could get a one-car garage in New Hampshire for $30,000.
No, you couldn't. You couldn't. And like Marty say, that's a shed, and that probably would be. But if you look at the houses and some of the houses for sale, as a matter of fact, Jonathan, now it needed work. I must say that when Debbie and I came back to New York, we already had a house we bought on 8th Street, two doors down from where I was raised. And when we got here, it wasn't exactly what the real estate agent presented to us in pictures and stuff. And I talked to Mrs. Poydock next door, and she said, those bushes haven't been in front of this house for at least 8 years. So it was misrepresented. We declined. We got our earnest money back. We stayed at the Castle Inn for a week with a U-Haul, and then we found a house to rent until we could find something else. And oddly, the house we rented was at 408 King Street, and we ultimately, this is really weird, weird story. We bought the house at 408 East State Street, same address, and the people at 408 East State Street moved out and moved into our house.
Is that right?
So we both changed address, but it was the same number.
Wow.
We paid $68,000 for the house, 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath.
And that was how many years ago?
2000 would be in year 2000.
Okay.
The latter part of 2000. That house just sold 2 months ago for $6,000.
Oh my gosh.
And all it needed was a new roof and some interior like carpet and things like that.
Wow.
But the roof really needed to be replaced. And that was, that's 15 grand at least for what they did.
Right. In chat, Lincoln said 30K can buy a house and 2 to 5 acres of land. Oh my gosh.
Can you toss this in the garbage?
Lincoln, up here, if you want a house, a half decent house, put a 2 in front of that number, and that's, if you're lucky, you'll get one. That's how crazy realistic. And I don't know how people do it. And something's really got to change. I think, whether it's a market correction or what. But I don't know how first-time homeowners can really do it unless they have really good jobs.
There's such a depressed economy in some areas, though, Jonathan. New Hampshire is beautiful all the time, everywhere. Most of it.
Well, tomorrow's the first day of winter.
And they're having a snowstorm too up that way. I don't know if we're going to get any.
Where is he from?
New Hampshire.
Oh, that's where Shane's from.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
That's where his family lives. A lot of it.
What part?
Oh, you would ask me that. I used to know, and I don't really remember anymore.
Can you hear her okay?
Yeah.
Okay, because she's about 5 feet from the camera.
No,
but I know that when he was real young, his mom moved back up there for a while, so he lived there for a couple years and moved back here.
Interesting. Yeah, I guess that's one benefit if we just ever decide to move south or whatever, we'll be able to get hopefully a decent price for our house. But I think $230,000 in
that, and for us anyways, we can get better jobs. Any education here gets you a better paying job anywhere down south because our education system is more advanced, I guess. So like I took my college degree and went down south, one of them, any of them, and went down south with it. I would get more money down there for the same job because my education is worth more down there than it is up here.
Really? Have you thought about moving down south?
I have, but at this point, I'm kind of stuck here for a while.
I have to bring it up, and I know Jonathan, you were talking about $230,000 to do that first. You forgot, I know.
No, well, the comment I was going to make is if you're lucky, you can find a single family home in a decent neighborhood for that. If you're lucky, you go a half an hour towards the Massachusetts border, put a 3 in front of that, and you're lucky. And if you want to live within a half an hour of Boston, put a 4 in front of that, and you're lucky.
I wouldn't live anywhere near Boston.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't want to live in most parts of Massachusetts, just because of the taxes and everything else.
I think that's why Diane moved back here, honestly.
Yeah,
possibly.
And I guess it was a rough area they lived in, and she was afraid for her boys. So
yeah. Okay, I'm Jonathan. Just for a minute, this is kind of fun doing these kinds of things. Let me go to StreamYard and share something here. Okay. Oh, I can't. I got to go over there first. I got to move that to the other screen.
Well, while you're doing that, I have the chart up. What if I'm on the Mac? If I minimize this, watch what happens on your screen. So it's going into the dock.
No, it's still on a screen.
Well, you have to wait. You have that delay.
No, what it did is it flipped over.
Yeah, so you don't, because you can't see it. But then if I take it out of the dock and put it back on my desktop, in about 10 seconds, it'll flip back to what it was. I never knew that.
Oh, wow.
So that's pretty good if you have something that you just want to show momentarily.
This well, the picture's not that good, is it? No, not at all. Very small.
You know that weird kid that was always at Mark's? Where's the 7-Eleven now?
Yeah, Lincoln, I agree with you. Your last comment. In general, yeah, I know teachers down south.
Yeah, I thought he got fired.
No, he was there tonight.
Can you see this house, Jonathan, or no?
I can. Let me
look what it says. Last sold for $6,000. That was a little while ago. And now this is a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bath. You see the colors. There's burgundy. You can't really see the green. Debbie and I started because this is
that's a really nice house too. It's
a Victorian home.
I was going to say, yeah.
And we started painting it the 3 colors to bring it back. And I you know what? I couldn't do the roofing. I couldn't go up on top. I couldn't. I freaked out. But look at the size of this house.
Wow.
It's got a new steel roof on it now. They really messed up the inside. Right over to the left of the sink for all the way to the corner, and then past that there was a service stairway that they closed up, walled up.
Oh, really?
The door is still there.
Help.
This belonged to a doctor. Look at the carpet. That carpet's been ruined. This is the living room with French doors into the dining room and entryway. It was just a gorgeous house. It's got a half bath in the basement, right there, right where that yellow nasty wall is where the service. It has 3 fireplaces too.
Gosh,
see if I can.
That's crazy.
Look at those French doors. Look at these built-in cabinets that are original. And that is the window there is the French type cut glass windows.
Huh.
$6,000. We paid 68 for it.
Wow.
There's the fireplace I had in my den. I don't know what the hell happened to the wall. Oh, cool.
My shirt and my bracelet.
But this fireplace was absolutely phenomenal.
So they're selling that to somebody who wants to put the sweat equity into it, and
I would have bought this in 5 seconds if I'd known it was even for sale.
That's beautiful.
I wouldn't even have thought twice. How do I stop sharing? There we go. But yeah, that's the kind of house you can get around here that needs work. But you can get a house like that in really nice shape, ready to move in, no problems with it for $70,000.
Wow.
With new carpeting, new cabinetry, new everything. I don't know how, because I know what it's like in Arizona. And that house in Arizona would be $450,000.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Gee. Well, it's because you have to deal with Cuomo.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's why they give us breaks.
Oh, I'm sure there are people who think he's a great guy.
Isn't that something? He lives in New Hampshire and he knows all about Cuomo.
He's on the national news
every day. The guy's a moron.
He's making a name for himself. Actually, most of your well, not most, a lot of your politicians are AOC's on there a lot.
Yeah.
Hillary's not a senator still, is she? No, she can't be.
OAC?
No, Hillary.
Oh, Hillary. No, she's nothing. She's just a crazy woman that walks around her house and stuff. How many square feet in your house, Jonathan?
1,600, I believe.
Okay. That's a nice size house. That's nice. That's just about what I would want to live in, even by myself. But this one here was $2,194. And oh man, I tell you. Actually, see the back side of the house at one time was an apartment. What they did is they walled up one doorway into a bedroom in the main part of the house, and then they put an apartment at the back that also had a kitchen, the bedroom, a living room, bathroom, and a fireplace. And they rented that. When we bought the house, there were renters there, but they were moving down south, so we put the house back together and knocked down the wall and made it back into the 5-bedroom. And Debbie and I split up, and instead of staying there like I should have, I also moved and we sold it back to Dave Hillary Spring, who we bought it from. And then they defaulted on living there. They didn't pay any bills or nothing, and they lost it.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, if you don't pay the bills, yeah.
I would love to have that house back. I really would. And then Angel and I, you think that's something? I can't even tell you. And you're probably getting bored. Do you remember the address of the house on over here?
No,
This was a 6-bedroom.
I never knew the address. I don't think.
The living room was 28 by 34.
Wow.
It was 3,912 square feet, I think. It sold for 30,000, and the only work I saw was water damage. Okay, it last sold for 177,000 before we looked at it, and it's on a street here in Portville where every house on the street is at least $200,000.
Mm.
But it was a foreclosure. It had been rented out several times. They wrecked it. Not bad. You just had to do some, wallboard replacement. It needed a new roof, so who cares? But if somebody were to put 20,000 into it, they would easily get 150 back.
That's amazing.
Very easily, very, very easily. And I think it has 2 acres, which butts up against the one of the city parks. Beautiful house.
That is nice.
But they wanted cash. I didn't have 30,000 cash.
Marty, what are single-family homes in Nova Scotia costing? And are you near Halifax? Are you near Yarmouth? Are you more the like Antigonish? I'm going to guess up near Cape Breton, they're probably pretty cheap, but if you're still here, Marty.
Just turned on my music.
So you're near Halifax. Okay, so I imagine that would be the priciest part of Nova Scotia. What would a single family house in the greater Halifax area, Halifax Dartmouth area be? $300,000 Canadian? Yeah.
Watch, I can talk without moving my lips. Not female.
Yeah, isn't that, again, I don't know how single families, starting out really afford it.
That is a good camera.
Huh?
That is a good camera.
It's a damn good camera. It only cost, I think this is one of the cheaper Logitechs. You go back to the 920s, which are so good. Junk.
Yeah, the camera that we're seeing now, Paul, that is a nice camera. Maybe it's built more for depth.
I don't know. That could be. I mean, it's the
pile of pennies, or
it's the Logitech 615. It was the first camera I bought, and I said, "This isn't good enough." And I was, only because of what I was reading about the 920s, and I said, "Well, these are $119 a piece. They got to be better." So I bought 2 of them, and then I said, I made a mistake. Because they breathe all the time. Travis has a problem with it, too.
That is annoying. But again, I'm kind of surprised that there isn't a way to turn that off, that autofocus.
You can turn the autofocus off, but it has a real hard problem trying to... when you try and move it to something else that you want to focus on, you can only go by step. As like the increments on a cog. It doesn't have. It wouldn't per se have like a sliding focus scale. It just goes by steps, and they could even call it step focusing. And
I see.
Not very good.
I see.
But they do have a GoPro streaming camera, and I looked at them the other day, and I thought I'm going to order one.
Mounted on the wall, so it's facing the two of you, and you get your computers. Will Angel's computer need a monitor?
No. Oh yeah, it will. But no, you're not taking any of mine. So now see, Jonathan, you just made me
You have
like.
4 or 5 down there, I'm sure.
We don't need all these monitors.
I have to have at least 2.
Me too.
Oh, we're gonna set up a GoFundMe page.
Sorry, I brought that up.
Yeah, you did because you just made me realize that I'm not going to be spending 600. It's going to be 800. She's not worth 800. She's over here laughing
Because she knows you.
she knows if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. I didn't say when though.
You'll get the computer, but no monitor.
Maybe I should be like I should be like all these other. I shouldn't say no. I'm not saying this in any particular way, except you have to go away.
Hello.
Except maybe I should hope for a stimulus check.
Oh, do you think that's? I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't.
It is. It will now. I think so. Yeah.
I think they were. My 2 cents is I think they were talking a lot about it during the election. Now that, however you look at the election, it's kind of sort of over, or maybe it's not over. I don't know. And I'd almost rather say, as much as I'd appreciate the stimulus check, I don't need it. I'm working.
Yeah.
To the people who really need
that's what
it.
I said about me too.
Hello.
I get my Social Security every month.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to die if I don't get it, but it was nice.
Yeah. But on the other side of the coin, if we're talking about pennies and coins, another side of the coin. The other side of the coin, I suppose, is that if you get that money, you will probably, you and most people will probably, myself included, probably spend it. So that's going to stimulate the economy, and if we spend it on local businesses, it's going to help them out. So I can see both sides of it. I just don't want my kids to be paying off this debt that we're incurring, giving all this money.
That's very true. This isn't free money.
Yeah,
it is, but it's going to have to be paid back somehow.
Yeah.
You can't just print money and say, here you go, and let's not worry about it. It'll collapse everything.
Yeah. I'm looking at what Marty put in chat. My gosh. So 300,000 Canadian. So what, like 250 American? I don't know what the exchange rate is. Anything new is 500,000 and up. Wow.
Oh my God.
I can't afford a house, but you're right. Cape Breton, you can get cheap houses, nothing there. Yeah. I don't know. When you see something like that, it's no wonder there are segments of our society that worry about the haves and have-nots and the rich versus the poor and tax these poor. I can see that when you have a family who's playing by the rules, working hard, and they can barely afford the mortgage.
Yeah.
And you have somebody across town who's living, in $1 million home.
Well, I have a cousin. We see what we see on the media when they want to show it and what they want to show. But I have a cousin who lives in Boston. And, during that time when Trump was fighting with the gentleman that just passed away, and I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, the congressman the black gentleman from Massachusetts, from Boston, and they're talking about how great the city is and how it's, no problems. She went around Boston with her video camera and sent me I don't know if I still have it or not. I don't think I'd want to put her on the internet anyhow, because I would be called something, trying to stir up trouble. My God, Jonathan, the neighborhood she went through made me cry.
Oh, yeah.
I'm seeing kids sitting on their porch or playing in their yard, and it looked just like I was watching a third world country.
Right, yeah.
And now why? And I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, but I look at parts of Michigan because I have friends that live in Michigan that are friends of Grand Funk Railroad, one of my favorite bands that used to do all their music. And block after block after block are dilapidated houses with broken windows and overgrown lawns and nobody around.
Yeah.
And it's Democrat run. And I'm sorry, it's Democrat run. I'm sure there are Republican cities that are messed up too. It just seems like the majority are Democrat.
Yeah, it is a shame. And, those crime-ridden neighborhoods where you have nice homes and people trying to do the right thing. Yeah, it's a shame you can't get rid of the crime, take those old homes, give them to people who could really use them.
And there sure are a lot of them that could.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a confusing world that we live in, and
It sure is.
all we can do is hope and pray that something will come of it, but I don't think it's ever going to.
Yeah.
I don't see our country going up, up, up. I just see it stalemating or going. Actually, now I feel like it's going to go down.
Yeah, it's too bad. And this whole coronavirus nonsense, I wonder if people are, maybe it's a positive thing. People are becoming a little more independent, they're realizing they can't rely on the system to take care of them as much as they had hoped. I don't know, maybe we'll see a little bit more of independence and whatnot. I don't know.
It would be nice.
It would be nice. It absolutely would be nice.
I particularly don't like to see kids suffer. That's what bothers me the most. That's what breaks my heart, and I see it all the time, and it's just frustrating to think that. I guess we can see them, can't we? That's a definitely close AM. It's just a shame that we have to only see news that is important to some networks.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I guess poverty's always been with us. It perhaps always will be with us. But I agree with you. You know that you can't blame the kids, and you feel sorry for them if an adult is going to make bad decisions. Yeah, that's unfortunate too. But they have the capacity to change things. But the kids, they don't have the capacity to change things until they become adults, and by the time they become adults,
they've learned the bad
done in a lot of cases, and that's just so sad.
You know what? You see on the screen, I can barely see with my naked eyes that these are close AMs or wide AMs, and I'm sure they're all going to be close.
Yeah, without any kind of lens or.
I'm using my scope right
I can't. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to. I can kind of make out close AMs versus wide AMs, but
I can't see the date on coins with my glasses anymore.
Yeah.
Even with the bifocals, I can't see it.
Well, you're not alone.
And you still got 20 years to go to catch me. More than that, don't you? I think.
Me, I'm early 50s.
Huh?
I'm early 50s.
I didn't know. I thought you were like 45. Angel thought you were 42. Tell them over your voice, and if this girl doesn't contact me, I want you to at least try. I'll send you a copy of my book. I'll send you the software, and then you can try it. And if you like doing it, you can make some money on the side. Every time I sell a copy of my book, you'll get at least half. Well, actually, I lied, because anybody who reads one of my books is going to get 60%. I'll take the 40. I don't want the money. I want my bucket lister. I want one of my books on an audio book, and that's one of my bucket list entries.
I hadn't thought of that, Paul. So if somebody produces an audiobook, the person who does the audio for it, they get a something back per book sold, or is it just a flat rate?
Yep, absolutely. Lots of them will do it a 50-50 split. Most of them generally will, if they're not somebody who's already got 30 or 40 books under their belt. That's when they want 50-50 split or a 60-40, plus they want an additional 10,000 up front or 5,000 up front. You know, if they've been doing it for years or something. And I did have a guy that opted to read You Know They're Here. And he is a professional announcer. I think I don't know if I made a YouTube video of him or not. His voice was insane. And he was very aggressive in his reading. And then he said, you know what? I really don't have time to do this. He was just trying to make some extra money on the side. He's more of an entrepreneur than anything, but he did do a lot of. He's got some stuff under his belt. He did a lot of TV stuff and such, and he's got a hell of a voice, and it's quite deep. But he finally, after I think after a month of reading, I think he read 7 or 8 chapters. He wrote to me and said, "I can't do this." Is that a wide AM? No.
No, it's close.
It's too close. Okay, well, there's 37, I think I did. Or 47, I don't remember.
Oh, there, now you know. Well, Paul, it looks like we're coming up on 2 hours. We just hit the 2-hour line. So I'm going to get some dinner.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a snack, and then I'm gonna go do my rest of my nickels.
All right. Well, if you stream later tonight, I'll probably pop on.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks. This was fun.
Yeah,
thanks everybody
enjoyed it.
for coming.
You guys watching still out there? It says there's no. It did say 7. Now it's down to 5 because we're talking about leaving as soon as we
You and I are 2 of them.
Marty, thanks for hanging out. Paul, if you're still in there, Lincoln. I don't know who else was here. That it's probably us because we're watching it too.
Yeah. Blockhead was here. Matting was here. But thanks, everybody. I'm going to head out. And if anybody out there is able to get scent rolls, let us know, and we'll have
we'll do another one.
Challenge. It is fun. It is relaxing.
Get 4, 5, or 6 of us out here. That'd be kind of interesting.
Your fingertips get a little dirty, but
mine are nasty. Oh, not too bad. Not too bad.
All right. Well, I'll see you later. Okay.
All right. See ya.
Take care. Bye, everybody. Bye.